Hey everybody, Kevin here, WQ9F. Today I'm out here to take a look at this radio right here. This is the TIDRADIO TD-H3. TIDRADIO sent me this radio to take a look at, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna do just that today. But actually, I don't think they know that I had already bought one, so now I've got two of them. Well, I want to take a look at this radio, see how to program it today, and then I'm going to try to make a contact through the International Space Station's repeater. Let's see if it works. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Don't make sure to not miss any more content just like this one. Also, if you are using this radio, let me know how you like it. I've been using it on and off for about a week now, and it's been doing okay. I'm more of a listener than a talker on VHF, UHF, but I do have this radio with me in the car pretty much every single day, and I use to listen to the repeaters and things like that. But let me know how you like it. I also have a Buy Me a Coffee. I'll put a link down below if you'd like to help support the channel with a small donation. That's always appreciated. I'll also have links to everything I use in this video today, including where you can buy this radio on Amazon. So let's go ahead and check it out. So the TIDRADIO TD-H3 is a dual band HT from TIDRADIO. You can go ahead and pick this radio up on Amazon. Like I said, there's a link down below in the description where you can find where to purchase this. So at the time of recording, this radio is available on Amazon for $42.99, and it does come with actually two batteries, as well as a 10% off coupon that you can use for an additional $4.20 off. Now, this is a dual band radio, which means it will transmit on the 2-meter and 70-centimeter ham radio bands. A couple nice things about this radio that I like. On the battery, down on the bottom here, let's see if it'll focus on the radio. On the bottom of the battery here is USB-C type USB-C charging, which is super nice. It actually comes with a desktop charger that you can plug in and charge that way. I haven't actually taken that out yet. I've only been plugging it in and charging it via the USB-C because I have like a whole bunch of USB-C cables for other charging things in my kitchen, so it's been super useful to have it that way. Now, you can program this radio a few ways. The first one we're going to do today is learn how to program it by hand, because I think it's super important to know how to program your radio by hand, because the other ways aren't going to be always maybe readily accessible, which is going to be the other ways you can program this is via Bluetooth to an app on your phone, as well as via Chirp and the CPS software. So you have a couple options for programming this. Also, if you have multiple of these radios and you have one programmed, they offer what's called wireless radio replication, where you can take one radio and all the settings, put it into a program mode and put the other one into a receive mode, and it will just transfer all the settings from one radio to another to set up multiple radios when you have one that's already ready to go. Now, here we have our radio. Now, underneath here it says very similar operations to a lot of our other import radios, and very similar layout here with the buttons. Instead of having a menu button, though, we have this blue button here that says BT, but that will take us to our menu. And if we scroll through our menu, we'll see lots of very similar options. So for number 1, we have squelch, and if we scroll through transmit power, we have high. Now, this radio is a 5-watt output, and so if we come here, we can see transmit power is on high. Like many of the other import radios, if you would like to change the option that you are working with, you need to press your menu key again. Then here you can switch from high to low. This only has high and low power. And then you need to make sure you hit the menu key one more time, and that will keep whatever change that you made. I have not changed many of the settings on here. The only thing that I have changed so far is to, for the video's sake, to keep the backlight turned on. And then I actually have the TX CTCSS tone, or PL tone, set to 67 Hertz. And that's because I recorded a little piece earlier that I'll have here towards the end. If you would like to turn the voice prompt off, because right now, if I turn the... Confirm. Mine is talking to me. So number 14 is how we turn that off. I can turn that off, and now that is off. If you would like to turn beeps off, because I have beeps currently on as well, menu item number 6 will turn beeps off. Again, hit our menu, change, hit menu again to confirm, and that will remain, that will keep that setting in there. Now, if you would like to back out of the menu, the VM, or which is the VM button, is also our exit button. So that will take us back out. Now, if I hit that VM button, it'll take me to channel mode. This will give me channel mode, but instead down here it will display channel name. And then it'll take me back to VFO mode. So our VM button takes us between VFO and memory. This little button over here, which is our hashtag or pound sign, depending on how old you are watching this video, our AB button will switch us between VFO-A and VFO-B, so we can actually have 2 frequencies at the same time, and we can just flip-flop back and forth between them. Now, we do have some quick buttons right here, and honestly, if you would like to navigate to any of the menu items, all you have to do is type in that menu item while you're in the menu option here. So say I wanted to go to menu item number 19. I hit the menu button, I just type in 19, and it'll take me to menu item 19. So if you have a menu that you frequently use, like FM Dual Watch, you can turn that on and off. One of the most important things that I think that everyone needs to know when they get a radio is how to program a frequency into here. So right now, if I go to memory mode, I can scan through all my memory channels here. I don't have anything programmed. You can see here, this is just what they come pre-programmed with. So I'm going to come back to, I'm going to go to channel 1. I'm going to go back to frequency mode. Now, if I would like to program a frequency in there, so I'm currently on 14652, but say I want to type in 147555. I just type in 147555. It is going to change my frequency. Now I need to go into my menu. I need to find the option to save a memory channel. Before I get that though, I need to turn this off. I need to come in here, turn off my PL tone, make sure I don't have anything else added that I don't want. And I'm going to come to menu item number 25, and it says memory. If I hit my Bluetooth button again, my blue button, I can select what memory channel I would like to add this to. And just like that, it's added. Now if I come back here and I go to memory mode, you can see I'm on channel 1, 147555. Super simple. So now I'm going to come back here. I'm going to come back to frequency mode, 146520. I'm going to save this to memory channel number 2. It's saved, 4460. I'm going to save this to memory channel number 3. Just like that, that is saved. But what if we want to save a repeater? Well, let's go ahead and punch in a repeater frequency. So of course the first one I'm going to put in is the North Shore Radio Club's repeater. And I'm going to make sure I am on VFO or frequency mode. I'm going to type in 442725. So this is the output of their repeater. Now I want to go ahead and, before I save this, I have to go ahead and turn some features on. So now we have to change our offset. So we're going to come to menu item number 24. And this is where you just kind of need to know some stuff. So our offset for UHF is 050 megahertz. All right, set. Direction, we have a positive offset. So we're going to go plus, confirm. And then we also have on this a PL tone of 114.8. So I need to find 114.8. Confirm. Then I can back out. So now I am set up for the North Shore Radio Club repeater, and hopefully you can see there I'm getting a signal. So I'm able to key up the repeater just fine with my radio laying down here, and I'm currently outside. So now I want to save this. I'm going to go ahead, come back to memory. So we're on menu item number 25. I'm going to save this as channel 4, and it's saved. So now if I come here and I press my VM button, this is going to be take me to my memory mode. So now I can scroll through and I can see I have channel 4, I have my repeater set up. Channel 3 is the UHF calling frequency. Channel 2 is the VHF calling frequency. And then channel 1 is just my preferred Simplex channel 147.555. So super simple to set up memories on here. All right, so now we're able to do a couple other things. I want to go ahead and check menu in number 8. And that went ahead and turned me to my FM broadcast band. So here we have
through a historical and economic framework.
So now on our FM broadcast band,
they're not the majority, but I do know some stylists who do char.
There we have 91.5 FM. That's WBEZ. That's the local NPR station here in the Chicagoland area. So that works nicely here.
Many of those stylists
and we do have
require advanced bookings to stay on schedule, and
a nice loud speaker coming off of there as well. And if I want to go back, hit my memory button, number 8, and it brings me back to whatever I was doing outside of there. All right, so we have FM broadcast band, but what else can we listen to on this? Well, if I come here to my menu again, and I'm going to go to item number 48, AM band. I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to go back. This is going to allow us to start receiving AM aircraft band. So again, I'm pretty near Chicago O'Hare. I'm going to type in 132.700. This is going to turn on, we see AM. And so 132.700 is O'Hare Center Tower. And they broadcast at 132.700. So here we have O'Hare Tower. This is their center. And we have departure at 1250. So there you're able to see we now have AM aircraft band reception as well. And I'm able to listen to O'Hare Tower, O'Hare departures here from my house, right here on this radio. So let's go back to 146520. So now we're back on 14652, which is our 2-meter calling frequency. So now I'm able to listen to 2-meter and 70 centimeter ham radio. I can listen to my repeater, local repeater that I listen to. I can listen to FM broadcast band. I can also listen to AM aircraft band. So in a $45 or $40 radio, we're essentially getting all of these little things all in one. Now, the AM it receives is not true AM radio, and I heard about this from talking with, I think it might have been Ham Radio Dude who told me that. Basically what it does is it takes the FM signal in, it runs it through some sort of filter or something, changes FM to AM. I don't know how it works. All I know is that I can listen to FM broadcast band. So here I have now my Surecom SW102. This is my VHF UHF SWR and watt meter. This is connected to just a 25 watt dummy load. And then I have that connected here to my radio now. So I'm going to go ahead and power this up. And I'll put a link down in the description on where I got this, because I got this off of Amazon as well. Let's see if we can zoom in here. Get a little bit better look at the watt meter. Now the watt meter here is going to, battery's going low, so I'll have to charge that. Up in the top right corner here, I have my output power, and then it'll show me my SWR, which should be 0, ideally, because I'm connected to a dummy load. So I'm going to put this at 1460, right in the middle of the band. And then if you need to scroll through a bunch of these options really quick, if you press and hold, I need to turn my offset off. And I'm also going to turn off my PL tone. So here I have it just 146.0. I'm going to go ahead and key up on high power, and let's see what kind of power output we get. So here I get 5.88 watts of output power. So here you can see on my SureCom that I am currently getting, I got 5.88 watts of output power on high power at 1460 megahertz. So I'm going to turn this to low power and see where my power output is on low power now. I'm at 1.5 watts on low power. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this now to 70 centimeter band. And I'm going to go to 446000, which is the calling frequency. So I've now switched to 446000, which is the 70 centimeter calling frequency. You can see that right here. I'm on high power. I'm going to go ahead and key up and see what my output power here is on high power. So I'm getting 4.32 watts out on high power. Now I went ahead and turned this to low power. You can see the little L up here. I'm going to see what my power output is on low power now. So low power, I'm at 2.2 watts. So not exactly the low power you think of when you think of some of these radios where low power is like a half a watt. We don't have a medium power on this radio. It's just high or low. All right, and one last thing before I forget. Our NOAA weather band radio, our good friends at NOAA. We do have weather band reception here. This is, let me stand this up. So there we also have our NOAA weather radio reception. So on top of now we have FM broadcast, NOAA weather radio, AM aircraft reception. We can do 2 meter and 70 centimeter. And then as well as we have continuous receive from 134 up to 600 megahertz. So, you know, you can see me type in 555 megahertz and then I can go ahead and type that in. And now I can receive there. This is also going to include receive in the 220 megahertz band of the, or 1.25 meters, which is another ham radio band. We can receive there, so at least you can do that. As you can see though, I can't transmit there. This is a receive only section of the band. So at least you can listen. If you have 220 in your area. We have a little bit of active 220 megahertz here in Chicago. So the next thing I want to do is a transmit test. So I have my radio set to channel 1, which is 147.555, and I have right here the ICOM 705, and this is also going to be set to 147.555, and I'm just going to walk to the end of the block here. So walk down a couple houses, do a quick transmit test, and we'll see what this radio sounds like. Now I'm going to be transmitting on low power because I'm just going to be at maybe 50 feet away. I don't need to be transmitting on high power. So we'll see what the radio sounds like. And then I'm recording this later. Earlier I attempted to do a contact through the ISS with this and my Arrow handheld Yagi antenna, and we'll see how that goes.
This is WQ9F testing the TIDRADIO TD-H3. WQ9F testing 1-2. This is WQ9F testing the transmit and receive audio of the TD-H3. See if anyone's out there for a quick contact.
WQ9F, Echo November 61.
Kilo Charlie 5, Romeo 5 Uniform, Echo Mike 64.
Kilo Charlie 5, Romeo Fox Uniform, Kilo Charlie 0, Echo Charlie Quebec, Echo Mike 48.
Kilo Charlie 0, Echo Charlie Quebec, Echo Mike 48. Thanks for listening. I am Echo Mike 64. Help.
Copy Echo Mike 64, thanks for being out there, 73.
73s.
WQ9F, Echo November 61.
Uniform, this is November 3, Foxtrot Radio, Echo Mike 85, Gallenberg.
November 3, Foxtrot Romeo, KC5 RFU. Got your Echo Mike 85. I'm Echo Mike 64.
Mike 64, I copy Echo Mike 64, and this is the second bird I've heard you on. Sounded good today.
Okay, it's a new setup I got going here, and thanks for the contact, 73s.
WQ9F, Echo November 61.
Kilo Charlie 0, Echo Charlie Quebec.
Kilo Charlie 0, Echo Charlie Quebec, QSL, Echo November 61, thanks.
Copy Echo November 61, I'm Echo Mike 48, thank you much, 73.
Thank you, 73 for my first SAT contact, 73.
Hey, congratulations.
November 3, Papa, Echo Mike, FM 19.
So, will the TID radio TD-H3 make a contact via amateur radio satellite? Yeah, I did. I made a contact via the PO101 satellite using my Arrow handheld Yagi antenna into the TID radio TD-H3. I made a contact with Kilo Charlie 0, Echo Charlie Quebec, and honestly, that's my first ever satellite contact, so I'm pretty excited about that. He was in Echo Mike 48, and I am located in Echo November 61. Now, a couple things about this. One, I use the Sat app on my iPhone. I don't know if it's available for the Android, but it is definitely available on the App Store. Super useful app if you would like to try to hunt some satellites, because you can select what satellites you want. It'll tell you the uplink frequency and the downlink frequency, the PL tone, as well as it'll tell you when your next passes are going to be above your location, and then the angle at which that pass is going to be. So this was a 72-degree pass, and I got them nearly overhead, so pretty close to. I was right about here, about just a little southeast. Had my antenna pointing. Now the downside to using this radio, it does have dual watch. So you can have two frequencies monitoring at the same time. But if one frequency has activity, whatever frequency you're transmitting on, it's gonna go to that frequency. And so you can't have the squelch open, which makes things a lot easier when you're trying to do satellites, so you don't have to worry about breaking the squelch. If you lose the inclination, or if you lose the side of the satellite and you lose signal a little bit, which is what happened to me. And so, honestly, I got real familiar with the AB button, so I would be on the B frequency, find the satellite, I'd be listening, and then I'd hit the AB switch to switch back to the AVFO, speak whatever I needed to speak and transmit, and then hit again and hope I didn't miss anything. And it worked. It worked for me. There was a little bit of a lull. I transmitted my call sign, Echo November 61, and then I lost them somewhere between kind of here and here. And so I picked them back up, and I heard Kilo Charlie 0, Echo Charlie Quebec come back and go, "Did I hear Whiskey Quebec 9 Foxtrot come back?" And I was able to make the contact. So pretty happy to be able to make my first satellite contact. The TID radio TD-H3 did work. not an ideal situation for trying to make this a seamless, but it worked for what I needed it to. And I made my first satellite contact. So will it satellite? Yeah, it did. So let's go ahead and finish this video off. So is this radio for me, or is it for you? Well, you know, I don't know yet. I don't know if this is the radio for me. It does have a couple things that I like on it. I like the size. I like the FM broadcast. I like the AM aircraft band receive. I like having that continuous coverage. I like that, honestly, it's so close, so similar to a lot of the other import radios that I don't have to learn a new radio. It's, as far as that goes, it's pretty basic. It's not like, you know, you're not buying a $700 D75 that has menus and that has options and lots of things you can tweak on it. Or even my Yaesu FT3, which does stuff that I know does, or I'm sure it does, that I don't know how to change some of the options on there. I haven't gone and experimented enough with it. I use it for the things I want to use. I use it for repeaters. I use it for APRS. And, you know, that's pretty much it, honestly. I've used System Fusion on it a couple times, but it's not my primary need for a radio. Is this a radio that I'll toss in my bag? Yeah, definitely. Because for $42, I'm not super concerned over the price of it breaking or, you know, something happening to it, where if I were to buy one of those brand new Kenwood D75 or even the ID52, you know, we're talking $500, $600, $700 plus radio, I might be a little more concerned if I broke it or, you know, getting scratched or things like that. But for a small little radio like this, you know, this isn't too bad. I'll definitely, well, I'm going to give this one away, the one that they sent me. The one that I bought, I'm going to keep this one. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'll toss it in my POTA bag, or I'll toss it in my backpack for traveling, or even just, you know, going out and being around. It's a radio I don't mind. I don't mind having around, I think. I do want to do at least 1 or 2 more videos on this. I want to hook it up to that Tiny SA and see what it looks like there. Do stay tuned though, because I'm going to have a couple more videos coming up. I want to hook this up to the Tiny SA and see what it looks like on there and see what the actual signal looks like. We saw a little bit on the IC705, but I do want to check that out a little further. And then I'm going to run this through just a couple more little tests and see how it performs. So stay tuned for that. Plus, I want to talk about how to program this radio that's not from the front panel. So I want to take a look at their Bluetooth app and see what that looks like. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments about this radio, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them, put them in the comments down below. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, because I am going to give this radio away at some time here in the near future, probably as we get a little closer to summer. If you would like one of these radios or any of the equipment I use today, I'll have links to Amazon affiliate links down in the description below, and you can pick up one of these for yourself on Amazon. Till next time, stay tuned for the next video all. 73.